Say I hit that like on the way in. Say the 229 Albany, Georgia's in the building. What's happening? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. This is July the 11th, 2022. How y'all doing? I'm Willie Williams. This is the Willie Williams Show. Appreciate y'all for joining the play. This is the Midday News. For those of you who may be new around here, subscribe. The ATL College Park is checking in. Say, Willie, hit the like button. Say, hey, Willie. The 801 Salt Lake City, Utah, back in the mother for 30 minutes of 5. Watch 23.6 in your 9. Detroit, the 313 is in the building. Say the 641 by way of the 202 is here for that good news. I appreciate that right there. You say, hey, happy Monday. Say, I hit the like button on the way in. Vegas in the building. Say the 414 is checking in for that 5. Say, boss man took lunch break on time. Duval, I appreciate you for joining the player. Say, afternoon, Willie. Say from the 313, Detroit is in the building. Say, Detroit, whoa. The Bronx, New York, then this bitch say, well, popping past it like it 30 minutes of 5. Say, hey, Willie, say, hey, everybody. The 202 is slapping that like on the way in. Say, here for that noon 5. Appreciate y'all for joining the play. I really do. Say, pimping here to 575. The city of players. Say, K Pasa. I appreciate you being here. Chi-Town is in the building. Say, what's up, nephew? Say, the auntie Louisville, Kentucky. Time to play. Yes, it is. You say, Willie, I made you proud on SCD Friday. Say I'm still recovering. That's what I'm talking about. Get it in and enjoy the moments that you have out here in the goddamn screen. Listen, a whole bunch of people didn't make it. A whole bunch of people didn't make it this week. A whole bunch of people didn't make it till today. That's why I say once you die, you're dead. Shit over with. Live your best life. Stop living for other people. I know how you was raised with morals and all that good stuff, but those is other people's morals, because deep down inside, those is really not your morals. And let me explain to you why I know it's not your morals. Because you go against the morals that has been taught to you sometimes. You say, Willie for president, I appreciate that right there. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to put you up on a little bit of game. Once you die, you dead. Think of all the funerals that happened this week. This weekend that just passed. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and sometimes on Sundays, people have funerals and stuff like that right there. So that means that they technically died like a week prior. They didn't do everything that they want to do in their life. Typically, when we die, we don't do everything that we want to do anyway, or that we wish that we would have did before we had to die. But I'm just saying, like we shouldn't be going so many decades without doing some of the things, at least some of the things you may want to do that's against other people's morals, but not against yours. Cause you're gonna be mad as hell laying in that damn casket and you ain't, you know what I'm saying, do like some petty shit. I'm just throwing something out to you. Dallas, Texas in the building. Say want and need that fire network. Come on with it. Pastor, I'm coming. I'm telling y'all. Listen, y'all gotta get the lights up over 500. Let's try to start the week off good. Remember, tell somebody about a player. Tell somebody about a player. Your mama them, your daddy them, your baby daddy, your baby mama, your side piece, your side, the side dudes, the side chicks, your boss, your assistant manager, your shift manager, the one who think that they own the shit, your shift manager. They think that they get paid the same as the managers and they be acting all, soup on you. Round here, they just get 10 cent to 25 more cent more than what you get paid, but that's what's up. Say, I only have morals Monday through Thursday. I'm trying to tell you something. Live your best life out here in these streets. You say, Willie, we need that word today, man. I'm going to say, listen, I am here. Never worry when I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Because some things going to be spoke about out here in the goddamn street. We got a little, I want to say an update, but I know that I did not do this video when it happened, but arrangements are set for the mother who was accused of forcing her children to drink bleach.
Happening today, the mother accused of forcing her children to drink bleach, killing one of them, is expected to formally enter a plea in Osceola County. Investigators say Joanne Zephyr, along with her 8-year-old and 3-year-old kids, were found unconscious in a car back in May. Deputies say Zephyr also choked the 3-year-old, which the medical examiner's report says caused her death. The 8-year-old survived. This morning's arraignment is set for 8:30.
That's what's up. In Orlando. That's Orlando, Central Florida. Florida, my state, stand your ground state, but go home state. Please don't run over in favor of our life state. Remember. Children is best left with their mama them. Children is best left with their mama them, as we often see every week. These mothers really do love their children. No matter if they're trying to take the children off, because like we heard in previous shows that it's a woman's body. It's a woman's choice. It's a woman's right. My body, my child. I can take the child out no matter how old the child is. That's what one educated baby had told us out here on camera. We saw it on camera, and that's what she was saying, that it's still her body, her baby, no matter how old children is. The 214 Dallas, Texas is up in here for this morning service. Yeah. So, hey. Bleach is for cleaning. Bleach is for cleaning, like clothes in your house and stuff like that right there. It's not meant to consume. It's not meant to consume, but it's your life. Do exactly what you want to do. So I guess, hell, we going to see how much time that she get, if she get time like that, because mothers typically, they don't really do no time like that. We literally put them on vacation for a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Then they come on back, and if they done knocked all their churn off, they can just reproduce. And hey, you got to give to society. We got to help the economy. So I guess we still is able to allow females who do harsh things, or what we consider to be harsh, or either knock their churn off or help them leave Earth, that we still will consider them as an asset to society. And that's why we will continue to allow them to produce children, even after they do such heinous things to their children. Moving right along, ain't even much gonna hold you. How y'all doing though? How was y'all weekend? Did y'all spend up all your money and shit like that? I hope not. I hope you didn't spend everything, and I hope that you paid the people that you supposed to pay, because the title of this show is Eviction. This is about eviction, so I'm hoping that y'all have been paying the folk that y'all supposed to have been paying. And the title of this show is Black Women Have the Highest Eviction Rate. In case y'all don't know, we're going to show you numbers. We're going to do all that. It's not Willie coming down on black women. And I don't do that. I just point out what's out here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. And if you get offended, I'm talking to you. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nicole for being a member for 2 months. You say, hey, say Trump said it prevents COVID, C-19, because we don't try to say the word. You know what I'm saying? C-19, and he got that screen. Hey, I think he was kind of right. Did anybody ever try it though? I don't. Like, did anybody try to prove him wrong or something like that? I really don't know. But look here, moving right along. Remember I talked about them folk, what it was, the Game Over boys, or the Game Over clique, or the Game Over squad, the Game Over activists and shit. You know, people who was borrowing cars and stuff like that right there. Well, this is the second one. This would be the second one. Who done got killed out here playing?
And 10 TV News at 6 starts with exclusive new details about the teen police say is responsible for a murder and a laundry list of other crimes.
The 16-year-old is accused of shooting and killing Nelson Conley and then leaving his body next to a stolen car. Detectives linked Conley to a string of car thefts where the thieves brazenly brag about their crimes on social media.
Now the question is,
shout out young folks out here borrowing people's cars, stealing them, and going on live telling us what they had, what showing us what they had done did.
Are the two connected by this recent crime trend? Crime Tracker 10's Lacey Chris spoke with detectives today and reports on who police are looking for at this hour.
Columbus police have long been warning about violent teens who steal cars. Their concern was not only for the victims, but for the teens themselves. Now, 2 known teen car thieves have been the victim of homicide.
Crime Tracker 10 first introduced you to Nelson Conley in May. This video shows him and another teen, Tyrese Turner, live broadcasting their escape from Obet's police. Officers say they had stolen the car.
Only going 100.
Remember that? Do y'all remember that? Where they offer?
They not gonna be able to chase us for that long.
Yeah.
Columbus police say Conley, who had just turned 18 less than 3 weeks ago, was shot and killed yesterday morning on Ellsworth Avenue. Officers found Conley near a stolen car. At the time of his death, Columbus police say he was facing charges in 10 different cases. The suspect in the case is just 16, Keith Waddell, who Columbus police say have about a half dozen warrants out for his arrest.
That 16-year-old got a half a dozen warrants, and that's because we playing with the youths. We playing with these teenagers. A lot of things be petty and they get the slaps on the wrist. They go to juvenile. If they go to juvenile, you know, and they just keep getting charges on their jacket. You know what I'm saying? But because they're not being held accountable, see, this is that accountability that we've been talking about, and it goes for the youngins and the grownins, or the adults. That if humans, if they're not being held accountable, if I can keep slapping the shit out you, and nothing happens to me because I keep slapping the shit out you, I might keep slapping the shit out you. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no problem with me doing this.
And now we have a homicide within the last 24 hours relating to kids involved, witnesses, suspects, victims, all involved previously with juvenile crime and with stolen cars who have been in our court system.
Conley, not the first teen associated with Game Over who's been the victim of homicide. 18-year-old Chaz Fleming was shot and killed inside a stolen car in March. Columbus Police Commander Dwayne Mabry says at least 3 other Game Over kids were in the car at the time.
Should we feel sad that somebody got shot inside of a stolen car? Should we be like, oh my God, they lost their life? Should we? Should us as a whole, should we be sympathetic? I should say, should we really feel some kind of way? I don't know. Shout out to say I made 59 look good. Shirley for the $5 cash out. Say hey chat. Say miss you all. Say just sending support. I appreciate that right there.
The whole reason we've done this enforcement action is to try to save these kids' lives. Not just the victim in this situation, but also the suspect.
Mabry says nothing is slowing the teen suspects down. He says reported car thefts in the city are up by 1/3 compared to this time last year, with 44% of
and they're going, look.
Those stolen cars being Korean-made Hyundais or Kias.
They going after your Hyundais and the Kias. And shout out to the Kia boys, like somebody had done said earlier. They knocking them off out here in these streets.
Brazen videos like this of teens bragging about stealing cars and posting the evidence to social media continue.
Thank you to all the young folk who is doing this, because we don't believe that you real good thieves. We really don't believe that you real good at thieving. So it's kind of like you got to show us. You got to show proof if you gonna be out here stunned in these streets. And we do appreciate y'all recording, because that's what your phones is for, to record you stealing, borrowing someone else's vehicle without their permission. You know,
yesterday we saw real life consequences for this, and now families' lives have been impacted.
If you know where Waddell is, you're asked to call Columbus Police. In Columbus, Lacey Chris.
Columbus. Appreciate you, baby. Shout out to I Made 59 Look Good. Shirley for the $5 cash out. Say, hey, Willie still on vacation. Listen. You got to be having a good time to still be on vacation last week. You know what I'm saying? That's a good vacation. Do you know that the majority of us when we go on vacation, we don't even go nowhere. But if we go somewhere, if we do some, it's like 3 days. You know what I'm saying? The average person is not like taking, like, when is the last time that any of y'all, well, before C-19, when was the last time any one of y'all been on like a cruise? A 7-day cruise, a 14-day cruise. We don't take vacations like that. If we have a vacation, we just sitting at the crib. You know what I'm saying? We might go around the mama house, something like that right there, you know. But we ain't, you know, traveling or nothing like that right there. Listen, y'all, we got to get our travel up. We really, really do. We just can't be laying around. I'm trying to help y'all in your life. We got to have better lives because it makes us feel kind of better, kind of sort of better when we do something after all of the hard work that we put in. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mario for the $2 super chat. Say I can't about somebody offering him. Say I can't about somebody offering him. I'm confused right now. But look here, we finna go deep. We finna go to North Carolina. We finna go to where the activists is out in the community. Now I'm gonna say something. Y'all know I'm gonna say something. North Carolina activists serve eviction papers to the address of Caroline Bryant Dunham. We don't know who that is, but we're finna go on and find out who that is right here. Go ahead.
A week ago, an unserved arrest warrant was found in the killing of Emmett Till in 1955.
It's an unserved warrant for the 1959 killing of Emmett Till. I think he said 1959. Here we go.
Arrest warrant was found in the killing of Emmett Till in 1955. It was in the basement of a Mississippi courthouse. Today, a group of activists gathered in Raleigh, once again calling for the arrest of Carolyn Bryant Dunham. That is the woman at the center of this nearly 70-year-old civil rights case.
How many of y'all know who Emmett Till is? Because the assumption would be that everybody knows who, well, dark hue people should know who Emmett Till is. That would be the thought. But I'm here to tell you, people don't know who Emmett Till is. Shout out to Mario for the $2 super chat. Say, I don't care about somebody offing him. Oh, yeah. The person in the car. That ain't theirs. Oh, yeah. Shit, I don't even pretend to care.
CBS 17's Brea Hollingsworth is live in Raleigh for us tonight with much more on what this group is asking for. Brea?
Yeah, that group showed up to 2 addresses where they believe Carolyn Bryant Dunham lives, but they didn't have any luck in finding her.
The activists went to this woman's house, went to 2 addresses where they believe that this woman lived at. Okay.
Dunham has been a central figure in this case for years, which has found its way back into the national spotlight. A piece of history recently found in a Mississippi courthouse basement has put new attention on the death of teenager Emmett Till. That history, an unserved warrant for the arrest of Carolyn Bryant Dunham.
She lied. Carolyn lied. She did what? She lied. She lied on Emmett Till.
That's right. Okay, she lied on Emmett Till. She came out and said that she lied. So hey, it is what it is. Shout out to Dwayne for the $3 cash app. He says, I fell for the cop. Wait. I fell for the cop that had shot his dumb ass. He said, I fell for the cop that had shot his dumb ass.
And her lies and her conspiring with her husband led to the gruesome death of Emmett Till, whose death was a major spark behind the entire civil rights movement.
Okay. She lied, so they want her to be held accountable because there was a subpoena or a warrant for her arrest. That's what they fighting for. It's in 2022. She lied and she caused a young man to be killed the way that he was killed back in the day. You know what I'm saying? You say this really late. Yeah.
Today, attorney Malik Shabazz, along with other activists, delivered eviction papers asking Dunham to leave the state of North Carolina.
It's eviction paper. They gonna ask a bitch to move. They gonna ask a baby to move. Hold on. Let's see if we can read it. Witness, it has found out that Caroline falsely accused one Emmett Till of the act which ultimately led to his gruesome death in 1955, whereas a warrant was issued for her arrest by Mississippi, but yet search warrant has not been served upon her. All right, so they're trying to kick her out the state. Okay.
Of North Carolina.
Open up the door.
So she already moved.
Activists say they want her arrested, saying her.
Do y'all understand? I just want y'all to play this like in reverse now. If that were white folk, our lighter hue brothers and sisters, at a darker hue person door.
Her accusations that Till whistled at her led to his eventual abduction and gruesome murder in Mississippi back in 1955.
Carolyn Bryant Donham is a fugitive from justice. Carolyn Bryant Donham has ran and hid and ducked from justice long enough.
We want to get this message to her that she has a warrant for her arrest, and we ain't gonna stop until she turns herself in.
Now, Attorney Shabazz says that he is planning to be in Mississippi this week to pressure the LaFleur County District Attorney to enforce the warrant that was never served on Dunham. In Raleigh,
say, what's up, Red Williams? He said, we checking you out live from Macy's while on break. Shout out to all y'all at Macy's. I appreciate y'all. Remember, if you got to watch a player while you're off break, just don't get caught. You know what I'm saying? I sure appreciate y'all out here in these streets. Okay, here we go. I just got questions. I just got questions.
Gathered in Raleigh once again.
Let's see.
A week ago, an unserved arrest warrant was found in the killing of Emmett Till in 1955. It was in the basement of a Mississippi courthouse. Today,
it was in the basement at the Mississippi courthouse. I didn't know that they could go back and use a warrant for so many years if the warrant wasn't used when the warrant was supposed to be used. I didn't know that you can go back if you find one and, you know what I'm saying, arrest somebody or arrest them and or detain them or speak to them and all that fly shit. But I didn't know. Cute.
A group of activists gathered in Raleigh once again calling for the arrest of Carolyn Bryant Donham. That is the woman at the center of this nearly 70-year-old civil rights case. CBS 17's Maria Howell.
So, I was thinking, I said this right here, because I had to look up. I had to look up some stuff. I was like, so it's in Carolina. They in Carolina. Or are they in Mississippi? Oh, no, Raleigh, North Carolina. So, I was just like, well, how many activists, are there activists now going like to people's doors and stuff like that right there, knocking on their doors and trying to get people arrested and or to turn themselves in with all the people who done died in North Carolina? Let me see. Homicides are up in Durham this year, and recent crime report shows that more than 90% of murders in the city in the first quarter of 2022 have not been solved. In the first quarter. We're in the first quarter. Well, we in the second quarter now, but in the first quarter, this is what they're talking about. Data from like Durham police in 2022 in the first quarter. Crime report shows that only 9% of the 11 homicides from January 1 to March 31st have been cleared. 9%. We got 81% have not been cleared. Just my thought of, what, is y'all doing this like for all the murders like in the city and shit like that right now? Or it's just because this a lighter hue sister who came out and said that she lied and all that fly shit. Do y'all understand, if I can't remember, in the Brian's Bank case, to where the girl, she admitted that she lied on Brian Banks and he had to spend time in jail for false rape allegations? Spent 6 years, I think. Y'all know she ain't in jail either. But there is murders that is unsolved in the community in 2022. Not speak on 2021, 2020, 19, 18, 17. We gonna go, y'all gonna go after Caroline.
A piece of history recently found in a Mississippi courthouse basement has put new attention on the death of teenager Emmett Till.
Now, am I saying that she should not be held accountable? I'm speaking for her. I am speaking to she should be held accountable. I get that right there, because a bitch lied on stand. Like a whole bunch of these bras be lying on men. There's a whole bunch of players in jail right now because the woman lied on the man. Say, Willie, now Willie, you know colored folks always want to be special, but we not special to each other. You absolutely correct. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Say she's not going to jail, moving right along, trying to take something. That baby ain't going to jail.
History and unserved warrant for the arrest of Carolyn Bryant Dunham.
I don't care about that. Listen, I'm just saying. I am just pointing out to where we play too much. Now, I'm not saying that folk don't care about the Emmett Till situation, but I would say the majority of those people was not even born when it transpired. And if we want to be complete activists, I would love to see more footage of in the community helping out with these murder cases, with these unsolved murder cases. Shout out to Mario for the $5 super chat. Say this Emmett Till murder, 6, 7 years old. Get over it. I'm trying to. Hey, man. Hey. I just be having questions. And I have to just say something. I am so confused. I'm really so confused. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead on and get into some of this eviction stuff out here in these streets, man. Again, y'all, we got to get the lights up over 500. I really do appreciate y'all. Let's get the lights up over 500. I really do appreciate y'all. In my mind, there's more. There's more that we can be doing in the present. About present shit. Hell. Who just got shot on the weekend? Who got shot last week? Who got shot the week before that? Why we not in the streets about that? Shout out to Rashiki for the $15 cash out. Say, ain't no justice in the death case. Emotional ass. I'm trying to tell you something. Ain't no damn Okay. So if she go to jail, now what? Which I still think a bitch need to be held accountable. A baby need to be held accountable. Period, point blank. But we making like a spectacle or some shit, but we not making spectacles in the same communities where players getting killed now. That's my problem. But yeah, what it is. Okay. We finna run down this line. They say eviction rise and state aid the tenants run out.
It's stressful. Just thinking, I'm going to get evicted with my children.
Tamar Boltron owes $9,600 in back rent and faces eviction from her East Orange apartment.
She owed $9,600 back rent. So we know that they're talking about when the moratorium was in effect. But go ahead.
Jersey's 2-year moratorium on pandemic-related evictions expired at the end of December, and like thousands of other tenants who've since run out of time and money, Boltron's got a hearing in landlord-tenant court.
Didn't I tell y'all way back then when they put the moratorium in, a whole bunch of people, they not paying their goddamn rent? Y'all gonna be in trouble. I kept saying it. Y'all gonna be in trouble. Because a whole bunch of y'all was still working and wasn't paying your damn rent. And y'all didn't think that these days was coming to where these folks gonna put evictions on your ass.
She's told her 14-year-old daughter and 9-year-old son they may have to leave.
They don't want to at the school they're used to being where we at now. The school, their friends and stuff, and just to leave and start over.
Low-income tenants in New Jersey still can't be evicted if they missed rent between March 2020 and December 31st, 2021, and certified their status with the state. But there's no similar pandemic eviction protection this year. Boltron just got a job last month as a personal assistant, but says she hasn't paid her $1,600 monthly rent for 6 months.
Stop it. She owed a $96, honey, from back in the pandemic days. The moratorium was what, in 2020, all the way up to December 21. All right, cool, cute. Last year, bang. She just got a job a month ago. She ain't paid her $1,600 in rent in months.
Boltron just got a job last month as a personal assistant, but says she hasn't paid her $1,600 monthly rent for 6 months.
$9,600 she owed in back pay. She just got a job. In these 6 months, the first quarter and almost a half of the year, she ain't paid not damn bill. Wait, what? And shout out to Alpha King K all the way from Baltimore, Maryland. Her hair did, though. What y'all understand? She ain't paid in 6 months, and you still ain't got the $1,600?
No, I try to save up. But with all the bills I have, it's, it's adding up and piling up.
The pace of evictions is, of course.
Shout out to Mario for the $2 super chat. She say she did Black Girl Summer with that money. Look. My title, Black Women Have the Highest Eviction Rate. These are some of the reasons why.
Picked back up because the moratorium has ended, so people are once again losing their homes.
96 before 2022, she owed. This year, she ain't paid in 6 months. And supposed to feel sorry. People supposed to feel sorry for it. Baby, I can't. No. See, I don't see no tears. I'm trying to tell you, baby, you've been living your best life for these 6 months.
Advocate Catherine Wise says that while some smaller New Jersey counties have cleared landlord-tenant case log jams that backed up during the pandemic, others find caseloads increasing, especially densely populated Essex and Hudson. Statewide, the number of newly filed eviction cases has climbed from about 4,430 per month during the moratorium to about 5,900 a month between July 2021 and this past April.
Do y'all see all the eviction notices? This is just New Jersey. All of these eviction notices. Do y'all know that shit is going on in every state? So many people is finna be homeless. Now what makes it worse, when you getting evicted, like now, right now, as we have been talking, there's hardly any other places to rent, to go to rent. And then they put that rent, that eviction on your record. Yeah.
About a 1,500 case increase.
The rental assistance that the state was so successful at getting into the hands of the people who most needed it has run out. People who cannot pay their rent, whether for COVID-related reasons or otherwise, are...
Do y'all think, like, right now, we can still use C-19 as an excuse of why we can't pay our bills? Can we use that now? I don't know. Shout out to Arthur for the $5 super chat. Say I'm not buying the Sister Act Willie and say they can put on a good show. Yeah, they can. And listen, a whole bunch of people who be getting evicted, they be talking cash shit while they living it up, right? They be talking cash shit to their peers and shit, right? Shout out to Latanya for the $5 super chat. Say, hey, Pastor. Say, here's my first offering from the St. Louis, Missouri. I appreciate that right there. You know what I'm saying? What? I don't know what to say about
receiving rental assistance and are subject to eviction.
It's a mess. It's a mess. And I mean, a lot of this is despite the good intentions of so many. It's a desperate situation. And I mean, I feel for all players in it.
Seton Hall's Kevin Kelly.
I don't feel for all players in it. I don't. Some people, they need to be evicted. It just is what it is. You say you get an eviction on your credit, good luck finding another place. Yeah. So now, because I pointed out last week and the week before that and the week before that and the week before that, there's less places to move, and a whole bunch of places have now implemented checking your credit. The majority of the time, our credit is already bad. Our credit is now not good enough to even get in a apartment. Even in the low paying, in the low income apartments, our credit ain't even right for that. All right, keep playing with your credit.
Kelly says New Jersey gave desperate tenants $750 million in pandemic rental aid over the past couple years and promised more. But 2 major pots of state rental assistance money have run dry, leaving thousands on a waiting list, even as New Jersey anticipates an $11 billion tax revenue surplus.
I understand for all the people who was going through the moratorium and all that stuff and trying to get the assistance. Yeah. You were supposed to have been trying to get the assistance, but you also was supposed to be trying to make ways to make some money. He said credit score 450.
And, and every week we hear back from the same reports from the state that, the money has been requested. It should come. We don't know when. And it's like a state of limbo that we're in.
I just want y'all to understand. They're in a state of limbo. They don't know when they're going to get that there back. Shout out to Latanya for the $2 super chat. Say, hey, Pastor, here's my second offering. I appreciate that. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm trying to tell you, listen. To everybody who was waiting on assistance, all that fly shit, and this is part of the growing problem and has been the growing problem forever. Depending on government, which I will say, I do understand that we was in a situation, so I understood that we was in a situation, but then it also goes to show that we didn't have our shit together. We did not have our stuff together. We do not have money stored in case some shit transpire. People be saying that they got their shit together and all that. They riding around, they looking good, they popping and locking, talking cash shit to other people and all that shit right there. The average American don't have $300 for a issue that they may have. Shout out to Jado for the $5 super chat. Say, what's good, fam? Say, we have no empathy for boss bitches and queens who got fresh weave lashes and was vacationing and fronting. Say them bras better pawn them BBLs. Listen, damn it, they need to do a store, or they need to do like a status. Damn it. What is the thing called? They need to do like a questionnaire or some shit like that right there. Damn it, I can't think of the proper term that I'm trying to use. But they need a survey of all the people who was being evicted. Like, do they got BBLs? Or did they get the BBLs during the pandemic and shit like that right there, and now they done ran out of money and all that fly stuff right there. Shout out to Mario for the $2 super chat. Say, I have a 730 credit score. Say, my credit is very good. I'm trying to hey, boy, a lot of people don't think that credit is serious. They keep making it to where credit is serious. I'm trying to help. Yeah. You got that paper. You ain't got that credit. You can only go so far. Trying to help. Moving right along. Shit, we got another one. I'm finna show y'all a eviction process. Let's watch an eviction process. Enjoy. Y'all, let's get these lights up. This is somebody's house.
I ain't seen no bag either, fam.
Yeah, they in the it's
back seat on it.
It's behind the up under the two-wheeler.
Somebody's spot where they living in
Man,
today.
we over here doing eviction. The woman got paperwork. She said she got legal paperwork. Guess how old the paperwork is? 2014.
See, I like their videos. Yeah. But it'd be funny. I like him.
You got the refrigerator blocking the door, man. You
got the refrigerator blocking the front door, man.
She must have watched the video from the other day.
God. This is another dog you sister out here. Going through it. Y'all do understand this is how the house looked. They just got to the house. Yeah, filth. I bet she was still able to get some meat though. That's all right though. It looked like they trying to do a roof or something, or they just took the roof off and shit. They getting the roof repaired there. Goddamn. Oh, yeah. Gotta be careful. You might walk on a nail or something out there. You got a Crown Royal bag in there, baby. That's what's up. No matter what we be going through, we will be on Essential Products. Trying to tell you something. That's a new
She
tool.
ain't get a nigga no problem. Hate that for the kids. But she talking about her nigga. He married. They already gave me the rundown. He done quit paying the bills for her.
He said the dude that she deal with is a married man. He stopped paying the bills. So is it her fault that she getting evicted? If the married dude that she was with stopped paying the bills, is it her fault that she getting evicted?
And then left her out here.
He left her baby out there in the cold, man. Hey.
She jumping out the motherfucking window. Man. See, these be the hard ones right here.
He's saying that these be the hard ones because she have children.
Yeah.
Didn't I tell y'all that she been hunching? I think they twins, but if they not, then they step-steppers because she got them both in a push stroller. You know how much a push stroller, a double push stroller is. You know what I'm saying? But she was making payments because her married friend was paying the payments, I guess. Shit done fell off. Maybe she done mess around and gave that money to somebody else and he like, shit, I ain't. Maybe she cheated on the married dude. You know what I'm saying? Look at the baby.
He said we could get some around.
Yeah, get.
Oh, is she a cutie? Oh.
He said we could get some around.
Look at that baby.
Yeah, get your stuff.
Say, is that the married man kids? Good question.
Oh, man, ain't got no problem with it. I'm just recording, make sure.
Now, hold on. All right, okay, that's a great question. If that's the married man kids, is he wrong for not paying the bills? Excuse me. Because he got the story saying that he was paying the bills and now he stopped paying the bills. I think the only reason that a player will stop paying the bills is like for two reasons. Maybe he got caught by his wife. Maybe now the wife is paying attention to the finances. And or she cheated on him with somebody else. Or hell, they probably found out that Shure wasn't his. You know what I'm saying? You say, baby, need a plan B. Literally, you right about that right there. Jesus.
You say what? That's what I said. No, don't take that off, then pull it out.
You say, Willie, yeah, that's what I was thinking. She was cheating on the married man. I'm trying to tell you something. Hey, listen. Shout that baby out for having a real.
No, don't take that off, then pull it out.
This is,
Let the back down.
Damn, baby. I just want to say this right here, sugar. You should have been keeping a clean house, baby. No matter what the hell you're going through, you should have been keeping a clean house. Why is the refrigerator in the
Is anything else back there that you want?
There's plenty of back there, but it's gonna take a while for me to get it, so we might just have to move everything out.
We're gonna move everything out.
Okay, then I can just sift through it outside. I want to just get out the way because when I heard that, I was like,
We knocked on the door.
You say, baby, need a housing voucher and a hot bath.
but I still don't answer for those that I don't know.
You couldn't even came to the door if you wanted to. You got to.
I've been harassed a lot, so I don't know.
If you being harassed, evidently you need to check and see what it is.
Do y'all understand that she have the refrigerator within the walkway? Like coming into the house, that's the little living room area, and the walkway is to get to the kitchen and the room. She have it blocked because people be harassing her. What? I don't understand. Shout out to Logan for the $2 super chat. He said, or she threatened to expose him. That's a good point. That's a good point. That will make a player stop paying your shit. But listen, she's saying that people been threatening exposing her. Do y'all understand that she was pushing the cart from the backyard or from the side? Because the players say she jumping out the windows and shit. You know what I'm saying? So maybe she jumped out the window and put everything outside the window with the kids out the window or something. That baby did a lot, man. Jeez.
I don't know. I don't even know.
Do you have lights here?
Yeah, electricity. I don't have that kind of
She got electricity and the house look a mess, baby. Children is best left with their mamas. The garbage still in the house. Look at that shit that we've been talking about. Mold. Watch this. Watch the shower. Watch it. Look. See it right there. Bam. Damn it, it gets dark when I pause it. But it's here and here. Uh-oh, she got them panties up there. I ain't sure. But look. Look at that shit. Hold on, pimp. Hold on. It jumped too fast for me. Watch it. All right. There. Damn it, we can't hardly see it right here, but yeah. All that damn mold. Hold on. There's no shower. Ooh, boy, she in one of them old school houses. There's no shower head. You can only take a bath. I understand that she got a heater plugged up in the bathroom. I do understand in cold states and stuff like that right there, you're trying to stay warm. But we all know about heaters close to water. That's how people end up dying. Eviction process server. Yes. Look at this shit. And she only got 2 kids and that shit look like that. The wall ACI. Wow. These babies be going through a lot. The water is running. Do y'all understand? The water is running. Say she paid the power, but not the rent. Nope, we ain't doing that. Look at this shit. She got about 3 damn refrigerators in it. Hold on. Here is a refrigerator. It's a refrigerator. Watch this. That's a refrigerator right there. But damn it, I tried to pause it. Right there. This black thing is a refrigerator. The refrigerator that she had blocking the walkway, that's 3 refrigerators.
Okay, I'm gonna get as much as I can.
It's gonna be outside.
And she's pregnant. Nah, bitch. I can't, but damn it. watched partially of the shit, but I ain't know the baby was pregnant. Nah, shout out to Kurt for the $5 cash out. He say she on the big bloomer side of the game, and we see why. That Jesus, she's pregnated. She got peed in again, living in distress, baby. Oh my. Back it up a smidget. Baby, I ain't saying that you're a bad person, but baby, that's poor monkey management, sugar.
Okay, I'm gonna get as much as I can.
You're gonna be outside.
Jesus.
Okay, well, do you want us to stand outside and wait, or what? Because he told us we could come in here and get
If you want to get your stuff, fine. If not,
okay, well, he just told us we can come in here. You saying
we're gonna get.
Did you want us to wait outside?
We can get it. It don't matter. It don't matter. She showed me a lease from 2014. 2014. I asked her who owned the house. She said the owner.
Said the owner, bitch. And what?
I'm back here, baby.
What you got?
It ain't too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like a lot of knick-knack shit.
Yeah. That's why I said it shouldn't take it. Yeah, it shouldn't take it that long. I just hate the situation, you know.
There's a hole in the roof.
You know what I'm saying?
Kids on kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to put the babies out, but shit.
Damn,
We
man.
don't want to put them babies out, but shit, we got a job to do. Shout about them churn.
Situation, you know what I'm saying?
Kids on kids, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't want to put the babies out, but shit.
Damn, man.
Right. That lies on the responsibility of who, Playboy? That lies on the responsibility of the parents, huh? Good mothers.
Right.
Children best left with their mama there.
Come on.
I gotta do shit in front of this all we got, really.
Yeah. Damn, man. Damn.
Children is best left with their mamas. You say real men talk. I'm trying to tell you, hell, shit, we hate to do it, but hey, shawty, we got a job to do out here in the goddamn street. We got to get paid. You know what I'm saying? So we don't get evicted. So we gonna do our goddamn job. Baby, you got to go. See, what a lot of people don't understand, when they have that eviction on paper and you have been evicted, you no longer live there. There is no, let me talk to somebody. There's nobody to talk to. You can go back to court and try to work all that shit out, but a judge signs off on a eviction. And so if you go back and you talk to a judge, it takes time. You got to set a court date, and we just coming out of C-19 and shit like that. The wait process is not going to fix that issue that day. So listen, y'all, let's try our best to not get evicted. Put your paper up, man. I'm trying to help y'all because I can see the foreseeable future. Big word. I hear any goddamn scream. I don't even know if I said that shit that right. Say evicting families is increasing. Here we go.
Evictions are surpassing pre-pandemic levels here in the Houston area as a lot of rent relief programs are running out.
And with rising costs of rent and evictions on their records, many renters face a very tough future.
See that there? With evictions on their records, they face tough futures, like we've been saying.
Two reporter Heather Sullivan looking into this and joining us live with more. Heather.
Yeah, since the CDC moratorium on evictions ended last August, the Princeton University Eviction Lab shows that eviction filings in Houston.
Oh, the moratorium ended last August. Oh, jeez, I thought they ended in December, but I go.
Have surpassed pre-pandemic levels. They were up 80% from the historic average in March and up 47% in May.
This is in Houston. We was in Jersey. We was somewhere else. This and this. He say Lil Boosie doing evictions.
Ashley Humphrey and her family have had a tough run.
I'm here and I put a smile on my face. And I, with the kids around, I don't let them see me crying and things like that. And I don't like being in this situation because it's not I don't feel like it's a fair situation.
She says they fell behind on rent after paying for repairs, and she caught COVID and couldn't work, and her father passed away.
Stop. There's a picture of her and her man. We all fall short of glory. We can all fall short of glory. She got sick and couldn't work during the pandemic thing. Again, we all fall short. We can only do so much. It's understood. I'm coming.
Paying for repairs, and she caught COVID and couldn't work, and her father passed away. Humphrey says they received rental assistance from Tomball Emergency Assistance Ministries and applied for Houston Harris County rental assistance, but were ultimately evicted.
It's just upsetting. Like I told him, I was like, I haven't even had the time to just grieve my dad as I should, because, it's just been like everything back to back, back to back, back to back.
As rents are rising, like many, the Humphreys are struggling to find affordable housing. And a Texas Appleseed report finds evicted tenants are hampered long-term with evictions on their records.
How long do we really think that one eviction should keep someone from getting an apartment, right? Should it be this sort of, black stain on their record that keeps them from being, housed?
Sometimes for circumstances beyond their control.
Or maybe face eviction because of domestic violence issues, because maybe they did fall behind on their rent, but there also could be retaliation for asking for repairs.
We reached out to Baker Ripley to see if there are resources that can help the Humphreys, and they are working to help them, while Ashley holds on to hope.
I can see why, things happen, why people kind of just lose it. I pray, and I pray every day, all day. And that's the only reason why I still have my sanity.
Very tough times. The Texas Supreme Court extended an emergency order to July 1st that lets judges delay cases 60 days if a tenant or landlord has applied for rent relief and if both parties agree to the relief program. We asked the judge in Humphrey's case why her application didn't pause her eviction, and we're waiting to hear back.
Said,
evictions are...
Everybody in that house should be working, including the dog. You know what I'm saying? That is where I was going. Hold on, so you got a man. I think that's a man, or is that an older son? But I think that's a man. But either which way, if it's the older son and he live there, he should be working. There's no reason. Well, during the pandemic, it was an issue, but other than the pandemic, there's no reason why basically a young adult shouldn't be or can't work two jobs. I'm gonna say that again. There's no reason that a young adult should not or can't work two jobs. If need be, we in the situation right now, we may have to work two jobs. We may have to work three jobs. And if she got sick, I'm still under the assumption maybe that's her man or maybe that's like her oldest child. He should have got two jobs. He should have got two jobs. I'm sorry. Hey, shit. A lot of people may say, well, that man, I can't work the two jobs. All right. It's either work the two jobs to get your money up or you get put out. We ain't got to go back and forth. We ain't got to argue this shit. It is you work more to get you some more money to pay your damn bills or you get put out. So we can say that we can't work two jobs. And a lot of times, because of your first job, a lot of times you can't work two jobs. That means you have to work another hustle. You got to find you another way to get some more money. That's just bottom line. Or y'all can just keep praying and just hope that the Lord gonna go ahead on and fix it for you. Just saying. That's like the only help that I can give you. Shit, either we gonna get some more money or we ain't gonna get some more money. Bottom line. Moving it right along.
Lost their job to
Hold on. Whoa. Slow me down. Pimp, I wasn't ready. But look here. No, because people. And shout out to all the people who is not in a position right now to get put out, to get evicted. But I also want to say, if you keep going the way that you was going and not building building a nest egg and having that rainy day fun and all that fly shit right there, if you're not doing that, you could be in the same situation. Say start selling monkey plates. I'm trying to tell you, say poor monkey management.
And we're back here tonight with an I-Team investigation. Renters who lost their job to the pandemic now being kicked out, even though the state received $870 million that was supposed to help them stay in their homes. Well, tonight, Jackie Calloway taking action, asking those who are in charge what's really going on here.
You say the Lord waving the white flag. Ooh, look at them nice nails.
Oh wow, this is like your whole life in here? Pretty much, the day-to-day stuff.
Shamika Jenkins and her 15-year-old daughter wound up living in their SUV 2 months after applying for the state's rental assistance program known as Our Florida.
This bag that I use to take inside the gym to, take a shower at the gym.
How hard is this?
It's very hard, especially when you have a teenager.
Shamika says her apartment complex kicked them out of her back rent when the moratorium expired July 31st.
What did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all? That back rent a mug.
I wanted to kill myself, literally.
This single mom says Our Florida failed her family.
I was picking up different jobs and trying to make ends meet.
Our Florida received $871 million in federal money in February. It's earmarked to pay landlords on behalf of tenants whose income took a hit during the pandemic.
He said, notice how all these babies have newer cars.
If they give more, it would be less and less people out on the streets.
Stop it. Wait. Say if they give more, because she blames them for her being evicted.
Tenants whose income took a hit during the pandemic.
If they give more, it would be less and less people out on the streets.
For 2 weeks, I asked the Department of Children and Families, which oversees the Our Florida program, for
Great question. Where's your family?
payout numbers.
And here's the funny thing about family. Yeah. The ones who you party with, the ones that you have the holidays with and shit like that. I love you, hey, sugar. Y'all be hanging out and all that fly stuff right there. Y'all kick it with each other on Facebook, Instagram, and y'all be phone chatting and all that fly shit right there. Yeah, get evicted. Where your family at?
Last week, they responded saying, DCF received $871 million. Our Florida has paid out $23.2 million to 5,403
Damn. Do y'all understand? Hold on, watch it.
households. That
3%. So they received 871. We still got 871 in Florida. Y'all only gave out 23 million. Boy, when I tell you some people, they just got rich. Where the money at? Shout out to Passion for the $1 cash. I say, hey, Pastor, hey, everybody incognito at work watching. I appreciate that right there.
amounts to less than 3%.
You said that hair done, though.
That money needs to get dispersed, and dispersed properly and timely.
Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services Commissioner Nikki Freed wants to know why it's taking Our Florida so long to process and pay landlords before they evict renters.
The last thing we need is for people to be now evicted. Where do they go?
According to court data we obtained
Working on my gout so I don't get evicted. Trying to
earlier this summer, judges in Pinellas and Hillsborough counties issued over 4,700 writs of possession since the start of the pandemic. A writ of possession is the final stage of the eviction process. It leaves tenants 48 hours to get out after they're served.
I'm getting the rest of my stuff out, officer. I'm leaving right now. That's all in here with you? No, lady, but I'm getting the rest of my stuff. I'm ready to go.
This is a disaster. This is evictions are like hurricanes. They displace people. They,
for years to come.
Cody Glazer with Florida's Housing Coalition says the online application process designed by federal officials isn't easy for everyone to navigate.
What do you think the state could be doing better? You have just a high number of incomplete applications, which requires staff at the state level and local governments to have to follow up.
In this email, our Florida
unfinished applications. Shout out to LaTanya for the $1 cash out. Say the daughter almost ready to cash that monkey in. I'm trying to take something. What the hell? What the hell is two monkeys doing being homeless or getting evicted?
Told me most submitted applications that have not been approved are awaiting action by the tenant to provide additional information.
They waiting for the tenant for additional information so they can process. Man.
To help remedy incomplete applications, Our Florida has made more than 80,000 outbound calls to help Floridians complete and upload required documents.
They had to call them. They had to call the people who put in the application to call them to get the more information. 80,000 calls. Jeez. Shout out to Mario for the $2 super chat. Say Willie crying for this black women now. Oh wow. Hey, man, this shit just deep.
Our dads put our dirty clothes and stuff in.
After hearing Shabika's story, I contacted Our Florida and Sarasota's social services. DCF has since called her and processed a $1,500 payment to her landlord. The county has found her a space at a local shelter.
After you had contacted them, that's when I got a response letting me know what was, prolonging my case.
As of today, Our Florida tells me that they are escalating calls that come.
So now she got help again. She got help again. Do y'all know how many men do not get help? Almost all men don't get help. Almost all men don't get help. We get put out, we get put out.
From tenants who have been hit with an eviction notice, and they updated their figures. The state has now paid out more than $31 million to assist over 7,000 households.
So they went up from 23 million now up to 27 million after the news had been contacting and all that stuff right there. So see, the media plays a big part in getting some things done a lot of times. You said the daughter would end up pregnant. There's a good chance.
My team investigator Jackie Calloway taking action for you.
Jackie Calloway, and we're back. What's up? Look here. Hey, man. I just point a lot of this stuff out because I know that it's people behind us who is about to fall short of glory. People who is behind us thinking about making decisions, following their own understanding, and think that it's a good idea because they see their peers or people older than them make those same decisions. But those people before them is not telling them that it don't always work out good like that. The people behind us, they look at the pluses. They don't look at the minuses. They don't look at the majority of people who do certain things. They fail more than succeed. Speaking of that, I'm talking about predominantly having children at a young age. Because they see the peers, they see their mama them. Everything look good, everything's sweet, right? But they don't look at the fact that a whole bunch of people behind closed doors, because we don't know what goes on behind closed doors, and they don't see these people getting evicted. These people having their lights cut off, their water cut off and all that shit right there. But those same people be out and about shining and shit. Then they up to dates and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So you thinking that shit is sweet. I'm here to tell you it's not. It's really not. Shout out to LaTanya for the $1 cash out. You say, but that's stand your ground state, sugar. Hey, there it is. Look here. You say, I feel helpless. I'm not even going to read the title. I just want them to say the title. Here we go.
There is no doubt Nashville is a city on the rise.
Now we're in Nashville, Tennessee. Here we go.
But we know with that growth comes some serious challenges, especially when it comes to affordable housing.
One working mom taking care of 9 kids tells News Channel 5's Alexandra Cohen she's running out of options and...
Do y'all see what it say on the screen? They said exactly, it say exactly what they just said. But I like that quote. It says, I failed my kids. That's what one mom said, I failed my kids. And she'll be absolutely correct. She failed her kids. A working mom with 9 kids in her care is facing eviction.
now faces eviction.
Autumn Davis is in a tough spot. She's being evicted.
I fell for my kids.
She has a lot on her plate while working a full-time job.
I got 9 children. I had 2 that I took in, you know, just out the love of my heart.
Stop. So she had 7. She took in 2 more out the kindness of her heart. A lot of us would say, damn, that's a good thing that she did. A lot of us really would say that. Because she got that Newport voice. There it is. Listen, in a sense, that's a good thing that she took in 2 more children. Say no husband, absolutely correct. Say, Willie, are you seeing the similarities in all these good mamas? Damn. Yep. Yep. For one, all with children. They all got a natural. They all ain't got no man.
And it's like I can't get any help from anywhere.
She worries they'll be homeless.
I feel stressed out. I feel angry. I feel helpless. I feel like that there's no one around to help. And, you know, it's scary.
Autumn got help through Metro's Hope program to help pay her $900 a month rent.
She's saying there's no one around me to help. What I will always say, I bet she getting some meat, though. Say that again, baby.
Autumn got help through Metro's Hope program to help pay her $900
Say she got that auto-tune. Y'all wow.
a month rent, but that was a one-time deal.
I know COVID is, you know, still coming down a little bit, but there is still people out there struggling like me.
Her landlord, Urban Housing Solutions, is an affordable housing provider.
When we're collecting
Watch a player. Hold on. Talk to us, Pam.
Affordable housing provider.
When we're collecting much less rent per unit than a standard market rate landlord, we need people to pay their rent for us to keep our doors open.
There you go. We need y'all to pay y'all bills so we keep our goddamn doors open. We mean that around here. Say she sound like Whoopi Goldberg. Say, yeah, her $900 in rent. She work a full-time job, but damn it, she got she got 10 mouths to feed.
Alan Mazer says when the pandemic-related eviction moratorium came to an end, some of their residents were drowning in rent debt.
It's never enjoyable for us to evict people. We're a housing organization, for heaven's sakes.
For heaven's sake. It's not enjoyable for us to put people out. Hell, we want the money. Say, hey, Willie, did you hear about the pregnant woman trying to use the unborn baby to get out a ticket? Yes, I got that video. I think I may talk about it tonight. Shout out to G Nice for the $2 cash out. Say homelessness will be more women and children. Because y'all do know there's more men who is homeless in this country. There's more men. But the numbers of women and children is skyrocketing.
He says they're trying their best to help.
If she got assistance and then fell behind again.
Look at this. And
then she gets assistance again. What's to keep her from falling behind yet again?
I like her. I mean, that shit I be talking about around here. Look. This shit basic. She's talking about help. There's no one here to help. Wait a minute.
He says they're trying their best to help.
If she got assistance and then fell behind again.
Come on.
And then she gets assistance again.
Come on.
What's to keep her from falling behind yet again?
Do y'all understand? It's kind of like giving somebody a lottery winnings and they go broke. The only reason that they go broke, well, the majority of the time, the reason that they go broke because they have not changed their mindset. If you got an assistance once and you fell behind, you got assistance again and you fell behind, who's to say if you get assistance again, you're not going to fall behind? If you had to get assistance twice, that's a you problem. Hell, wait. If you get assistance once, that's a you problem.
Autumn has looked into public housing, but many have long wait lists, so she's not sure what to do.
We can't be just on the streets.
Reporting in Nashville, Alexandra Cohen, News Channel 5.
So she's not getting housing assistance.
Sure what to do.
We can't be.
Hold on.
Yeah. What's to keep her from falling behind yet again?
Autumn has looked into public housing, but many have long wait lists, so she
looked into public housing. You mean to tell me that this baby ain't on public housing? That's what's up. And shout her out because her house is clean. As far as we saw, her house is clean. The stove and stuff is clean back there. Shout out to LaTanya for the $1 cash out. You say the meat, get the meat. If y'all know how to work y'all monkeys,
not sure what to
if
do.
you knew.
We can't be just on the streets.
Reporting in Nashville.
And she ain't like a bad looking chick though. Jesus, I don't understand. Say she clean, but a big mouth. Say with 9 children, they better help clean up round here. This shit better be super clean. You know what I'm saying? Say it's a difference between public housing, which is project housing, and Section 8. You're absolutely correct. You're absolutely correct. I don't know why my mind didn't click on that right there. Yeah. Public housing is different than getting that goddamn voucher. You right about that right there. But that baby, listen. We would say taking in children is a good thing. I don't think I could have took in 2 more children, and I have 7, and I'm having a hard time. But then it depends on who the children are. You know what I'm saying? If it's your nieces and your nephews, then maybe you might want to take them in. You know what I'm saying? Just because where's the family at, you know? And then you got to ask, well, where was the family if you had to take the 2? Nobody else in your family decided to take the 2. So they allowed you to take the 2, knowing that you got 7. So let me explain what the rest of her family said. Up them churn. Up them churn in the street. Say when you have Section 8 and you have a voucher, you can transfer from state to state. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Say, yes, I can. Yes, I can guarantee she lives in the income-based public housing. Which is straight. Yeah, because she paying $900 a month. That public housing, baby. That's something. That's a discounted apartment complex. Let's just call it what it is. It is what it is. Jesus, we got to move it right along. All right. Let's go ahead on and get into the last little bit. We almost out of here, y'all. We almost out of here. Man, I appreciate y'all for being around here. Listen, we 50 away from 500. Can I get your help? Can I get your help? We got a PayPal link. We got a Cash App. We got a Super Chat. Shout out to Stevie J for the $2 Super Chat. Say invest in mobile homes. That's what a lot. Listen. One thing I can say about Dog U folk, we typically don't like to live in mobile homes. Unless you live in a mobile home before. A lot of times we ain't living in no damn mobile home and shit. Mobile homes has actually become the new hustle. Has become a new financial income type thing for you, but a lot of us just really, I can't do that. And now they're running out of mobile home spaces because people are smart enough to take up the vacant mobile homes. Yeah. Say I saw a clean mobile home for 60 grand. Man, we don't spend enough time trying to find that paper. We don't spend enough time trying to find different investments because we think that a lot of investments is out of our reach. Do you know that the majority of people would not even buy a mobile home before they would buy a single family home? When it, in a sense, is a hell of a lot cheaper. I mean, a hell of a lot cheaper. And do y'all understand, for a lot of y'all parents need to be talking to your children, your young children, 17, 18, 19, this and this, to have them to buy mobile homes. Or you can be smart. You can buy the mobile home and make theirs pay the mortgage for that mobile home. The mobile home mortgage will be at least 3 times, well, at least twice as cheap as getting an apartment. Because when your children go to rent an apartment, as we see now, $1,400, $1,700, right? You can get you a mobile home $30,000 to $60,000. All right, your mortgage is what? $200, $300, maybe much more. Watch this. Have your children to pay $1,000. They got their own spot. $1,000. It may be a tutu. Have them pay $1,000. They cannot go nowhere and pay $1,000. Y'all got to understand. And this how you build up shit. A lot of people may think, well, no, I'm not going to charge my kids. I'm going to charge. No. This is your problems. You're messing up the thought process. They have to pay shit. But you is a business owner. You have a property that needs to get paid. Now, without having your children in there, you can charge $1,400, $1,500 if it's not your children. You see how this shit work? And then still come out cheaper paying your $1,000. That teaches them you gonna have to pay something. It really helps out, I'm trying to tell you. And then when they ready, they can buy their own mobile home. Just trying to help. Move right along. I ain't even much gonna try to hold you long. Let's go. Damn it, I thought I had it already found. But yeah. This is what they say about doggy women out here in these streets. They got stats, they got numbers, and all this shit. They say black women. That's you people. Black women have the highest eviction rates in the great United States of America. Here we go.
Housing security in the U.S. since the pandemic is on track to become a crisis, and black women are being affected the most by it.
Affected the most. And shout out to Annette for the $1 cash app. Say 240 million still missing robber barons.
According to Eviction Lab, there were more than 434,000 evictions last year. So for some context to this, the eviction moratorium was in place for a large portion of the year, but the number of renters at risk of eviction as of January spiked to about 3 million and counting.
Eviction estimation is 3 million. Jesus.
And counting. And of those, black women have the highest average of eviction filed against them.
Y'all understand? They say black women. Do y'all know that black men is not even up on the list? Black women get evicted more than black men. Y'all do understand that, right?
6.2%. compared to white women at 3.4%. Now that equates to 1 in 4 black renters living in a place where black eviction filing rates were almost double than that of their white counterparts.
Stop. Why do they always compare black women to white women? Or is it because black women compare themselves all the time to white women? This should say Latina. Damn it, I thought this was supposed to be a A. It's an X. I've never seen that. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I think that they're talking about Latino women, Hispanic women. But they're always comparing black women to white women. They're always trying to keep women at odds with one another. Say, I pay $1,800 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment in Atlanta. I'm trying to tell you something. So imagine if you could pay $1,000 in a mobile home.
Eviction filing rates were almost double than that of their white counterparts. So joining us now is Akira Drake Rodriguez. She's an assistant professor of city and regional planning at the Stuart Weisman School of Design at the University of Pennsylvania. She's also the author of Diverging Space for Deviance, the Politics of Atlanta's Public Housing.
You say, I have a plan. If they take my voucher, I can live with other people.
Professor Drake, great to have you with us. Thank you for joining us. So can you give us an idea of why evictions are so high for black women specifically and the short and long-term impact it's having on them and their families?
Sure.
I keep telling y'all, women and children is not families, but they're going to keep telling y'all that women and children is a family.
So black women traditionally are tasked with a lot of the caretaking roles of both their immediate family, but also their extended family.
Stop. Shout out to Beats Fire Records for supporting the Willie Williams show. I appreciate that right there. Did y'all hear one of the reasons? We're not going to call it an excuse just yet, but excuse and a reason is pretty much the same thing. But listen to what she said.
Them and their families.
Sure. So black women traditionally are tasked with a lot of the caretaking roles of both their immediate family, but also their extended family.
They are tasked with the immediate role of taking care of their own household plus somebody else's household. Where? What are you talking about? Women do this to other households. All right, go ahead.
And so what you're more likely to see is that these are the women who are going to be having to take in cousins, having to take in people who are experiencing their own economic precarity or housing.
Okay. You taking in some kin folks. You might have that. All right. Go ahead, baby. Keep talking.
Housing precarity in addition to their own families. As sort of the...
So because they may be taking care of their household and someone else's household, this is like some of the biggest reasons why they're being evicted. I just showed y'all videos where only one woman took in other folk, but she was already in the issue with 7 kids. So no, baby.
At caretakers, you also see that they're more likely to make these sorts of sacrifices. So you see black women, and all women actually, but black women in particular, because they have kind of less opportunity and less access, more likely to stay, for example, in substandard housing or expensive housing.
Stop. I got to back you up, baby. I can't let you talk that long. Hold on.
Precarity, in addition to their own families. As sort of the head caretakers, you also see that they're more likely to make these sorts of sacrifices. So you see black women, and all women actually, but black women in particular, because they have kind of less opportunity and less access.
They have less opportunity and less access to what, baby?
More likely to stay, for example, in substandard housing or expensive.
To stay in substandard housing and expensive housing. Yes, they have less access because they're producing children before they got their paper right, baby. They have less access because they're not making the right decisions to live in substandard housing and or expensive housing. It's all about our decisions. That's it.
housing, if it means that their child has access to a good school or they have access to a job opportunity.
Their child will have access to good schools if they plan before they produce children. That goes for all of us. That goes for everybody. It ain't got nothing to do. It's not just a black woman thing. That goes for all of us. Our children will be in better positions if we planned before we produce children.
And so you kind of create these sort of cascading problems and issues when it comes to evictions, in that they are more likely to lose their job. They are more likely to have to travel further for work.
She said black women is more likely to lose their jobs. Do you know how hard? Do you know that there's so many jobs that give doggy you sisters so many chances because they don't want that racism thing or that discrimination thing to be bought up and put on social media and shit? They get away with a lot of stuff, baby. They get away with a lot of stuff. They can use the N-word on the job and not get fired. Yeah. He called somebody else racist and they won't get fired. They can be racist towards somebody else or use epithets to somebody else's race and they don't get fired. But if somebody used the N-word to them, they get fired.
Likely to lose their job. They are more likely to have to travel further for work.
They more likely have to travel for work. I don't understand. The working class is more women than men. And if you got a kind of decent job as a woman, y'all typically have to travel. You typically have a 20, 30, 45 minute, an hour ride. Because it's just like men with good jobs. They typically have an hour, hour and a half drive for a good job. Depends on where you live at. And she's using this kind of as an excuse of why they may get evicted more.
Increasing their economic precarity, and more likely to be the caretaker and taking on a lot of additional families into their household. So
that's cap, baby. Like somebody else said, they may take a. Just do that last line for me, sugar.
The caretaker and taking on a lot of their economic precarity, and more likely to be the caretaker and taking on a lot of additional families into their.
More likely to be the caretaker and take on the additional responsibility and other family members. No, baby. Do y'all know that y'all can't be staying with these sisters? You can't stay here. You can sleep on the sofa for like a day or something, but you're out. Baby, I can go inside these upscale communities and scatter sites and shit, and they live with them and their children. Not with cousins and shit and aunties and grandma. No, baby, you speaking on back in the day, sugar. Damn it, I got to give it to you. I think you speaking on back in the day, baby. I don't think you speaking on 2022, 21, 20, 19, 18. They ain't doing that shit, baby. Shout out to Stevie for the $2 super chat. Say this lady just talking. I think so, man.
Household. So getting this eviction is this very sort of permanent stain on their record. It impacts their credit. It impacts their ability to find more housing.
It impacts their credit. Let me explain something to you, baby. The majority of their credits is bad anyway. The reason that they was able to get a lot of these places to stay is because this was a lot of times before so many places had implemented using your credit. Because if credit was a factor before all these females had apartments and homes and shit like that right now, they wouldn't be in them. Because their credits is low. Shout out to Calvin for the $2 super chat. Say 3-bedroom, full basement, $1,000 in Illinois and no neighbors. Uh-oh, that's a good spot.
A lot of these Black women are more likely to experience bouts of homelessness as a result of these evictions. Their credit is less likely to remain intact after having some of these housing issues.
Yes, because typically people who pre-pandemic, typically people who got evicted, yes, their credit would take a hit because they can't pay their damn bills. That's like, it only makes sense. If I can't pay my rent, I'm not even gonna pay my creditors. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm trying to pay everybody and I just can't pay everybody. So of course it's gonna take a
So
hit.
it's really, when we talk about intersectionality, it really is a prime example of how intersectionality works, right? They are less likely to be employed. They are making lower wages. They are in.
Whoa, slow me down, baby. Is you saying that dog you sister is less likely to be employed? Do you know that? I can't believe that she said that. Dog you sisters get hired more than dog you men. You do understand that. What do you mean less likely to get hired? Maybe in certain industries or something like that, but as far as employment in the whole, they get hired more. Hell, they do the hiring.
Intersectionality, it really is a prime example of how intersectionality works, right?
Okay. All right. Let's see. Forced into substandard housing in poor or higher crime neighborhoods. So they're forced into that. Psychological trauma, increased risk of suicide, decreased credit access, and leads to homelessness. Traumatizing for children, impacting their emotional, social, and physical well-being. Well, let me say this here real quick, baby. All of that has been said right there has been what men been dealing with for years, decades, while being homeless. No one really gives a crap that men been going through this shit, right? But, men, it's our fault because we supposed to be standing up for us. We quick to stand up for these babies, women. We quick to stand up for them, but we real slow, if at any time, to stand up for men. That's our problem. That's us problem. But go ahead, baby.
They are less likely to be employed. They are making lower wages. They're
making lower wages. That has a lot to do with not having the skills and not wanting to do certain jobs. But go ahead.
In these substandard housing units, and these impacts.
You would live in substandard housing units if you do not have the funding to not be in a substandard housing unit. If I don't make a lot of money, I may have myself, because it's all us. It's on us. I may have myself living in a poorer community because my money ain't together. See, men know that. Men understand I can't get these rims and shit because I ain't got the money. I can't get the new up-to-date the Dodge Charger or some shit because I ain't got the money right now. But boy, when I get my paper right. So I'm not finna sit there and argue. I can't be in a up-to-date Dodge Charger. This shit, it may be racist or something. What is we talk? Get your money right. Isn't that what people tell men? Get your paper right. Isn't that what women tell men? Get your money right. Hell, y'all don't even want, a whole bunch of y'all don't even want a man making under 100,000. Fucking hilarious. Shout out to Mark for the $2 super chat. Say, great teaching, Pastor. I appreciate you being here. Yes, I do. Look at look how these babies live, but look at the excuses or slash reasoning. or reasons. Go ahead.
Huge, as you can see, the psychological trauma, the difficulty, and imagine getting turned down for housing opportunity after housing opportunity, economic opportunity.
Yeah, but why are they being turned down, baby? When we ain't got our shit together, if my credit not right, you're not gonna rent to me. That's understood. I don't. All right, go ahead.
It can really, really start to have an impact on their mental health as well.
So that means we got to talk to them before they get to these to these positions in their life. Don't mess your life up. Don't make these decisions because this and this may happen. That's where we got to start at, baby. But all you goddamn excuses, sugar? No, baby.
Sure, and their families as well, because I imagine they are also more likely to have children in tow, correct?
Ooh, you're absolutely correct. They are more likely to have children in tow. Back it up so you can say that one more again.
They start to have an impact on their mental health as well.
Sure, and their families as well, because I imagine they are also more likely to have children in tow, correct?
For sure. Yes, this is a very difficult problem.
So, Professor, according
they're more likely to have children in tow, and then she say, yes, this is a very difficult problem. But she won't tell her sisters, maybe y'all need to stop having children. If you already got them, don't have no damn more.
Yes, this is a very difficult problem.
So, Professor, according
yes, it's difficult to get ahead with children, especially by yourself. Shout out to everybody who want to be a single mama. Shout out to everybody who is proud to be a single mama, because you can do it on your own. And I will continue to say, hell, why would you want to? You know that you can do it on your own, but why in the fuck do I want to do all this shit myself? If I have an option, why? Does it make you less than?
to that report by Eviction Lab that we talked about earlier, women in general are evicted more than men. So how?
What does that take? Watch this. Women are more employed than men. Women have one thing that men don't have, and a lot of times, hell, 100% of the time, y'all have a monkey, and we don't. So you have something in society that's better than what a man has, because you have a monkey that all men will die for. I hear they got that scream. There's more employed women. Women are more employed than men. Women get evicted more than men. I know. The world is marketed to women. Everything is marketed to women, so you just got to buy. You got to do this, you got to do this. That'll be another excuse of why they keep getting evicted.
Do you think the Department of Housing and Urban Development could be, addressing this issue, especially for Black women, but for women in general?
I think it's really important to know about these causes of higher rates of eviction and really thinking about the full package that is required to house someone.
Eviction filing rate by gender. Okay, over here say women, Black women, 113,415. You say men, 83,000. 83,182. White women, 153,954. White men, 142,000. And that's because it's a lot more whites than it is blacks, period. But that Black women number high as hell. For them to, for us to be the 14% and to have that high ass number, that's a problem.
It is not just the provision of a voucher. It's not just the provision of a subsidy. It is not just the provision of a single unit. It really is this sort of bundle of care, of transportation, of mental health supports, of physical health supports, the ability to have flexible housing. So often you are allotted housing based on the number of dependents you have. And
you is allotted housing based on the number of dependents, which is children. For those of you who may not know, dependents mean children. This is why they kept having children when we was growing up. They kept having children when I was in high school and shit like that right there, because they kept getting what was called the assistance and the subsidies and shit like that right there. That was a way to get their own spots. That shit did not benefit y'all. Well, it did benefit them. Hell, that's why I'm trying to get me a Section 8. But it did. The assistance benefited you, but you didn't benefit off the assistance. There you go. And I had to put that there in words. Meaning, you didn't use the shit as a stepping stone. You didn't even use it to your advantage of, okay, I'm on Section 8. I got a man, you know what I'm saying? Because of the shit, I got my baby daddy and shit like that right there. He's going to work, or he is a worker. All right, cool. You doing some side shit, because back then, no one working like that right now. You know what I'm saying? Them babies, damn it, they wasn't working like that. But they would do hair in the community, be boosters and shit like that right there. But y'all didn't use it as a stepping stone. And even if they did work, still with the subsidies, they didn't use the subsidies as a stepping stone. They were supposed to have been putting that paper up, but they was living their best life. They've been living their best life because they have the Section 8 and or the public housing and shit like that right now. Because if your rent is $1,400 and you only paying $200-300, but you working and you have a dude that's working, y'all don't even think, hey, listen, if it's supposed to have been $1,400 and I'm paying $300 or $400, let's save $1,000. And let's just keep doing this right here so we can stack that change up. And y'all do know Section 8 and shit, they help you buy your home. That's too much information. Go ahead.
People can wait on very long waiting lists, and suddenly the housing they're allotted is pretty much obsolete to their needs. So
shoot, absolutely correct. But she said, let me back it up because I just lost my thought. Shout out to Big Moochie. Hold on. Damn it. I got to shoulder back down. Shout out to Big Moochie for the $4.99 super chat. Say, don't forget their government daddy told them the more kids that they have, the more benefits and money they get. Absolutely correct. They fell for the banana in the tailpipe. Well, it was working. Now it done hit like a wall. That shit was working. It was cute.
The number of dependents you have, and people can wait on very long waiting lists, and suddenly the housing they're allotted is pretty much obsolete to their needs. So
pretty much the housing that they was allotted through the vouchers is pretty much obsolete because of the long time that it takes for them to go to get on the list and then to get a place to stay. Here's the problem. When she said that it becomes what? What's the damn word she used?
Dependents you have, and people can wait on very long waiting lists, and suddenly the housing they're allotted is pretty much obsolete.
The houses they are allotted is pretty much obsolete. Let me tell you the only reason they will be obsolete. Because they had more children. They are allotted a certain size apartment and or home. A 2-bedroom, a 3-bedroom, a 4-bedroom, according to your dependents, like you were saying earlier. When it becomes obsolete, that means you done had more children, and now what you is allotted, you can't live in that because you have to be allotted for more because you have more. Damn. to work it out.
Their needs. So having responsive, flexible housing, having the wraparound services, which HUD does. You know, they do a lot of social service wraparound support, but it needs to be so much more, particularly as the department does much more with vouchers and mobility solutions that place people out of their kinship networks and place people out of where they have their home base and their sort of support network. Those are the things that really make housing a home. And I think the more that HUD sort of understands that full bundle of what is needed to house someone properly, that will help with the solutions.
He say once HUD realize what it takes to house people properly. What? What are you talking about?
Support network. Those are the things that really make housing a home. And I think the more that HUD sort of understands that full bundle of what is needed to house someone properly, that will help with the solutions.
So now the Department of Housing and Urban Development have to understand how to house people properly. Why don't the people figure out how to house themselves properly? Say, Willie, farmers have a special type of Section 8 they use. They can stay married and keep their assets. So why don't blacks do the same? Trying to take, but no, because they can do it on their own. They're independent. So to all you sisters out here in these streets, all hue sisters, especially in particular, darker hue sisters, y'all have been lied to.
Professor, what advice do you have for anyone who may be watching right now and facing eviction?
You say she educated and she drive a Benz. There it is.
And not sure what to do. What resources could you point them to?
What resources?
Definitely look into your local tenant association, look into your local fair housing center so they can provide you with legal advice that is needed and connect you with the services and support that is available. There has been usually...
What to do if you're facing eviction? Talk to your landlord. If you're facing an eviction, so facing meaning that they haven't went through the process. All right. So talk to your landlord and try to come up with a payment plan. Say, make sure you send the request in writing. Get help with rentals assistance or paying utilities. Learn about local. Damn, that side is hurting. Learn about local protections. A lot of times people, they get evicted because they have not tried to work with the landlord. And a lot of times why you get evicted is because talking to your landlord comes to a point to where, yeah, but I need this. Whatever the situation had done came to, whatever the agreement came to, a lot of times the tenant does not honor the decisions that they both came to, and then they get you put out also.
If you kind of look into the eviction subsidies and moratoriums, there were usually nonprofits that were allocated and tasked with that, and there was a lot of capacity and institution building around sort of eviction.
I can do that tomorrow to talk about what the renter's insurance covers.
Prevention. And so definitely mobilizing and organizing, I think, is really critical. I think a lot of people feel alone in these and embarrassed about being evicted, and being in tenant associations, working with these resources and networks that were established when so many were facing eviction and before that foreclosure, I think is really important, again, with that mental health and that weathering that occurs. So really sort of being in community with others is really important at this time.
All right.
Well, these sisters going to have to deal with the mental health, stress, and all that fly shit right there the same way men have had to. I would think that the majority of people who is getting evicted, I would say over 50% of the people who is getting evicted bought that on themselves. And I'm pretty sure that it's probably like 80% bought it on themselves. They played with this moratorium shit, And I'm still here to tell you, a lot of people were still able to work during the pandemic. They did not pay. I did videos on it. The landlords was complaining like, hey, but they have jobs and they still not paying, but I can't evict them. Now it's the landlord's turn. And you will lose, especially when your ass don't own the spot. You will lose. The government can only do so much. But one thing, everybody was on the tenant side and didn't give a damn about the landlord side as far as they still got a mortgage to pay. And then they told people that you did not have to pay your rent, but your landlord still need to fix shit. Like if your air condition go out, they need to be able to fix this shit. So you mean to tell me I'm not getting my monthly, but now if the AC go out, I got to spend, if it's only one unit, I got to spend between $3,000 to $8,000 on a unit. And I'm not getting paid. People thought it was okay that the government treated landlords this way. I would just say it's the landlord's time. Because so many of us was out here telling y'all better pay these goddamn people. If you're not going to pay them, save the money. Save your money. Stack your money. A whole bunch of us was out here saying that shit. Say exactly. I kept paying my bills. Them dummies and bums tried to scam. Now they crying. I'm trying to tell a whole bunch of them out here crying. But one thing that I can tell you, with all of this shit that's going on with the rent increases and they messing up with people with the vouchers and all that fly shit right there, and darker hue women are the highest on the eviction rate, I bet you the clubs be packed. The club's gonna stay packed. Y'all know it be chicks who was homeless in the clubs. Meaning homeless, meaning that they stay with somebody, or they live in an apartment or in a hotel. They live with somebody or in a hotel, meaning that they don't have their own shit. They're homeless, so they live with somebody or living the hotel life right now in the club. And we'll talk some shit to you. This is what we see out here in these streets. This is what's been going on. Problem is, a lot of times they just don't know how to humble themselves. It is what it is. The CDC did an illegal action towards landlords, and the Supreme Court told them that they was wrong. You're absolutely right, because the CDC implemented some shit. And I was like, how in the hell can the CDC tell renters not to pay them shit? I was confused. I was like, but these people gonna do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So my landlord say those not paying won't get a new lease. Exactly. They do not have to recertify your ass. They do not have to keep you there. Say my mother had to put her tenants out when she rented her home out. My mother's tenants was a passer, and he wouldn't abide by my mother's rules. See what I'm saying? People, a lot of people call this their own evictions. And that's just bottom line. Listen, I appreciate y'all for rocking with the player. Thank you. We all, hell, give yourselves a pat on the back. We made it over 500. We got over 500 thumbs up. I appreciate that right there. And you all made it to the end of the Midday News. I hope that it was enjoyable and educational, and I hope that y'all really understand, and maybe y'all can share it with your friends and your family, especially if y'all got darker hue sisters and all that fly stuff out there, a part of your life. You may want to tell them to come on around here, subscribe, because I just put something out that they may not have known, that y'all eviction rate is the highest, and it's for several reasons. And either y'all gonna keep doing what you're doing and take that chance, or you're gonna change the mindset. It's either this or that. Like, it's black and white. It's simple. And for you young girls, out here, you think it's cute to keep producing children? I've been telling y'all, you can't even get Section 8. You can't even get a voucher right now, baby. You cannot get the assistance that you would get if you produce a child. You can get the stamps and shit, but you can't get that big assistance thing that so many people want, including myself. Bitch, I want me a Section 8 so bad. You know what I'm saying? But hey. Don't put yourself in a situation, because shit may fail. You have to always think about things like this. And for those of you who have jobs, you have to always think about this right here. You have a job today. Your job can close tomorrow. You can get laid off. You can be fired at any given time. What you gonna do? Say pay that car insurance with the taxes for the year. Stay mobile. I'm trying to tell you. Say the Bible say follow the laws of the land. Laugh out loud. Say Pastor said bump that. I'm trying to tell you. Don't give no damn. Follow my own rules out here. Yeah, start saving now. Like today. Like if you haven't been saving, start today. If you have not had that thought in your head, what happens if I get fired? Or if I fall ill. If I fall ill today, how am I going to support myself? What am I going to do? What do I have in place? If you're not thinking like that and you is an adult, enjoy your life. Enjoy the life. What it is. Damn it, I done pushed it down. But listen, I'm finna go on and get up out of there, man. I appreciate y'all for rocking with the player. Subscribe. Tell somebody about the play. I hope y'all had a good time. We will be back at 8 o'clock for the night news. I appreciate y'all. I done pushed that damn button again. Y'all, I'm out of here. See y'all then.